Scooby-Doo, where are you? We've got some work for you now. We have got a mystery for you, Scooby-Doo, because Liverpool's wage increase to 14 million makes no sense at all. Thank you. Shout out for Mo Chatra on Twitter, on X. He posted a thread earlier on. Deloitte Football Money League have been published, and the wage bill from last year for Liverpool Football Club has been released, a 23-24 season. And it makes zero sense because Liverpool got some sort of an increase despite losing many players, big wage players, despite not being in Champions League. There's some big wages coming from somewhere. So let's get into Mo Chatra's thread. And like I said, shout out to Mo Chatra. I've interviewed this lad before. Genuine, down-to-earth guy. But he's a financial guy, a financial expert. And he doesn't fall for this PR that FSG spin constantly. We've spoken about that on a different channel, by the way. I think it was like last year now. I want to say why I interviewed him. But shout out to Mo. This is a sensational thread. So I'm going to go through the thread and we'll talk about it as we get on. So, Deloitte Football Money League has been published, and the first time some of the Liverpool Football Club's key figures for 2023-2024 season have been revealed. The major talking point is related to the wage bill, which saw an increase when it was expected to drop. Notably, when it says notably, it means this is expected to drop quite a bit because of losing the big wages, because of the missing out on Champions League. The bonuses don't include, also the bonuses regarding Champions League are included in Champions League football, but because we don't have Champions League, so that's a decrease already, but a decrease for the losing the players that we had as well. It was expected to be reasonably low, like much more low than just normal, but it had an increase instead. So where's this increase come from? So I'm going to keep going on the thread. It's a sensational thread, by the way. So if you haven't seen this thread, follow Mo Chatra on Twitter, on X, and you will see this thread. It's an incredible thread. So in 2024, the club finished 8th place overall in terms of this revenue, which was expected because the drop of Champions League football. On top of that list is Real Madrid, Man City, PSG, Man United, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Arsenal, and Liverpool. This includes also TV revenue, commercial revenue, and everything like that. Everything that's involved in revenue. That's what Liverpool became 8th in that. But that's expected with Champions League. So we will come like probably 4th or 5th this time, coming the end of this season, or when it gets released next year. So the report currently presents all figures in euros based on that. So the club's revenue ended up on £614 million, which is up by £20 million. So we've got much more revenue. Going further down, he breaks the revenue down into certain areas. So commercial is 295 million, broadcast is 206 million, match day revenue is 113 million. The accounts when published in early March are likely to slightly different split. It says here, the breakdown does also reveal the wage bill. For clarity, the wage bill covers all players and staff within the club. So all the players' wages are all online. So if you ever want to research, I've had a comment on my X earlier just because I just quoted this very thread, and they said, how do you know all the wage bill and things like that? How is club giving you information? Sort of like quite cocky way, right? Like, well, I've not even said anything about the wages. Number one, as in like I ain't said anything specifically about what wages they're getting, but it's common knowledge. It's general knowledge. Just Google it. Players' wages are out there for everyone to see. It's quite public regarding players' wages, so you can see the extent that you can separate players' wages from staff wages. When you get a 14 million increase on players on wages of the whole club, that's including players and staff. So if you take the players' wages away, you'll see what staff is not individual staff, but as a whole collective. This is a big surprise and makes no sense. This is Mo Chatra, by the way. This is a financial expert. This is a big surprise and makes no sense. We know that the player deals are heavily incentivized with substantial bonuses related to Champions League participation. But we want a Champions League. This was evident in 2017-2018, which is a 50% increase on wage bill due to Champions League football. But like I keep saying, last season we didn't have Champions League football, so we shouldn't have had that 50% increase on it. In 2023, we also saw the departures of James Milner, Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho, and John Henderson, which a combined cost of those wages would have gone into tens of millions. We did see the arrivals of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Endo, but none of those would have come into the levels of salaries earned by the former players. They were nowhere near. Say Firmino was on 160k a week. Szoboszlai's come in for like 80, 90k a week. I don't exactly. In fact, you know what? Just for the stream, I will get the players' wages up, because, like I said, it is public knowledge. It is public knowledge that this is out there. So Salary Sport online. So shout out to Salary Sport for this. So Gravenberch is on 160k a week. Szoboszlai 120k a week, and Endo's at 71k a week, and McAllister is 150k a week. So that adds up to 310. 310. No, where are we? Gravenberch, yeah, 280 plus 430 plus Endo's, just under 5. Yeah, just. Where did I go here? 450. Yeah, so just about 500k a week on those 4 players. Added up to the players of Firmino, Ox, Fabinho, Henderson, Kate, and Milner, who've lost wages. They're way higher than 500k collectively. So we're already saving money there in terms of wages. Furthermore, during 2023-24, not one first-team player renewed the contract. So no increase on current contracts or a renewal of a contract. Quansah and Bradley got promotions to the first team, but their improved wages would have barely had basically a blip on the radar. That's what Mo Chatra said here. So they are not really getting much. They wouldn't have had much. So there you go. Joel Quansah's $4,000 a week. So that is basically a blip on that. And Conor Bradley, $12,000 a week. So that shouldn't make any difference at all. So given all that, many questions about the wage bill will now arise. Not least, who else added to the wage bill in 2023-2024 to get a 14 million increase, when it otherwise should have been dropped by an inconsiderable amount. Despite whatever questions and scrutiny over the wage bill may arise, as a private limited company, which Liverpool are, the club has no obligation to share any more details about wage costs. So we possibly could never know where this money is and what this money is going on in terms of wages. Though may choose to carefully select mainstream media outlets to put out some PR spin. This is exactly what Mo Chatra said. I said to you, it doesn't believe the PR spin, and they will use mainstream media outlets close to the club to put out a way of to sort of guide away from what is actually going on, or make an excuse for something, because we see it in transfers. And I said to you before, and people don't believe that. There's actually some people out there that don't believe that businesses don't use PR. Of course they do. Every business out there uses PR. Especially successful, big brands will use PR. If something bad on their company happens, they will quickly put something out, marketing or something quick. Every football club does it as well. I see Man United putting PR stuff out. When Rashford has bad performance, they'll put a big PR thing out where Rashford's done something good. You know what I'm saying? Arsenal do it. I see all the time. I see all these big clubs do it. So you can't act like they don't do it. And they do it regarding the money side of things as well. Because Mo Chatra, when I did interview Mo Chatra, he did say that they put up PR on Nike. This happened before with Nike. Mo Chatra told me that when Nike offered a new deal for Liverpool over New Balance offered a better deal, but because Nike are this big company, a lot of PR came about Nike because FSG wanted Nike, and also the links to LeBron James and the NBA. They wanted that to happen. So what they did is put a big PR spin on Nike, even though New Balance were actually offering a better deal for the club. But that's the way PR works, and it's where it works in every department of the club, and it will do. It will do, and it'll use mainstream media, as Mo Chatra says here, to get it out. But on a positive note, this is what Mo Chatra said. On a positive note, the club should be applauded for achieving record-breaking revenues. Fantastic. fantastic work from the people that work at the club and doing this. And they shouted out here, Ben Latty, Kate Theobald, for the work that they do in terms of getting commercial growth, commercial revenue, which is fantastic. The people at the club that are doing all this job, they're incredible workers. But our big problem is the owners and their way of running the club. And I see it online, like, why is everyone talking about wages when we're top of both leagues? Because it's relevant. It's relevant, and we can't hide from these conversations. It's a completely different conversation. We are top of the league. We are top of the Champions League. We, as Liverpool fans, are absolutely buzzing of what's going on here. Every single Liverpool fan is behind this team, behind this manager to go win this league and go win the Champions League, or go win whatever we can this season. But this is a serious conversation that needs to be had about this ownership and about what is going on here. Because really, what Mo Chatra is saying here, a financial expert is saying here, the wages should have had a decrease. To say the wages should have been, because of missing Champions League and losing these players off the wage bill, say the wage bill, just for argument purposes, say the wage bill should have been at least 10 million less. Instead, it's gone 14 million more. So there's 24 million there to be accounted for. So it's not just a 14 million. It was expected to be a decrease. So it includes the decrease as well. So just for numbers' sake and just for the argument's sake, let's say it's 10 million. It should have been a 10 million decrease on the wage bill. And there's 14 million increase. Where is that 24 million? I'm not saying it is 24 million. I'm just saying I don't know what the decrease was expected to be. I'm just putting a number out there just for giving context and making sense here and logic. Where's this wage going? Where's this money going? I've never ever said that FSG take money out of the club. And when people throw that out and say, at least we don't take money out of the club like the Glazers, I've never ever said they take money out of the club like the Glazers. I've always said they make money off the club. They certainly will make money. They'll make money somehow from owning Liverpool. Otherwise, they won't own us. I'm telling you now, if FSG weren't making any money at all off of owning Liverpool, they wouldn't own us. Trust me when I say that. But now I'm thinking here, where is that money going? Where's that money that's been unaccounted for? So it's not player wages. We can see the player wages online. That's all accounted for. It's not additional staff this season, because it's not this season's. It's last season's. We've missed Champions League football. No Champions League football. We've lost a lump of wages out of certain players who got some in, but they're not bigger wages than the other players that were lost. Certainly not collectively. So where is this money? Please, we need more than Scooby-Doo on this. Are FSG actually taking money out of the club through putting it through as wages? Are they paying themselves? I'm not saying they are either. For someone gets their knickers in a little bit of a twist, I'm not saying that is happening. I've never said FSG have took out money at the club. I've already said that. But it wouldn't surprise me. And if that's the way they're doing it, it wouldn't surprise me. Because if they are, if the truth will always come out. I'm always certain the truth comes out, and I can't wait for the truth to come out about this sort of thing. Because I've been banging my head against a wall for the last 3 or 4 years. I've had a big account on X block me. Never even spoke to them. I've had discussions and debates and arguments with other big individuals on X about certain things because they didn't like me calling out FSG years ago. I never even said I said I'm on the side of FSG out because of this and this and this. I always came with valid arguments. I always came with facts. I always came with research on this, by the way. You see, I'm getting angry at it because this has been built up. I've been abused online just for even suggesting FSG are wrong. or they've done something wrong. I'm not these people. You go on my Twitter account, you'll see like sometimes if I'm something about FSG, if I put anything about FSG, usually it blows up. I have like something like 71k views every day, but that's not my fault. It blows up. Doesn't mean I'm tweeting all the time about FSG. I'm not these people that go on Twitter every day and say FSG out, FSG out, FSG out. I'm not doing that. I'm coming with logic. I'm coming with facts. I'm coming with research I've done, and the people I've interviewed. I've interviewed and wrote articles about this for years. This isn't an agenda. This is I just want the truth. And I've been banging my head against the wall. And if I find out they're taking money from the club and that's what they're doing it, I'm not going to forget anyone that's come for me the way they have. Anyone, including the big accounts. I don't give a shit. I'll out every single one of you. Because it's so frustrating. All they had to be is simple conversations about FSG. No slagging matches, no this. And I'm going to shout out Ryan, who did a YouTube channel. I don't know if he's still doing it anymore, but I did a YouTube channel. Him and we did a little debate with me and Ian Young, who has previously done work for Redmen TV. We had a good debate about it. We had a sensible debate on his channel. It's called For the Reds. If you want to Google it, it was a couple of years ago now. Did a sensible debate on FSG. So Ian was FSG and I was FSG out, and we just basically talked about it. And that's all this fan base needed is simple conversations. Instead of doing this, instead of throwing insults, instead of tagging FSG out every day, instead of people protecting FSG all the time, saying they can't do nothing wrong, saying, oh, have you been to a game or go play FIFA? Instead of stupid, childish ways of going about it, simple conversations to happen could have happened. And there wouldn't be a divide in the fan base. I can't stand divides. We all support the same team here. Just be adults about it. This conversation could have happened ages ago. And if we lose, like I said, if we lose all these three players, I'm sorry. If you're FSG in, I'm sorry, you're not a Liverpool fan for me no more. And I've never said that. I've never said that. I've always had people say, "Oh, because you're against FSG, you mean you're not a Liverpool fan." I've had that thrown to me, but I swear, because what do you care about more here, FSG or Liverpool? Because I care about Liverpool much more as a team, as a club. And if having these business owners, the greedy business owners that are using my club for their cash cow and doing what they're doing and allowing these players to leave for simply saving their cash or whatever they want to do, that doesn't suit with my morals. It doesn't suit with my morals. It doesn't suit with the morals of Liverpool. The way Liverpool is as a city, it's a socialist city, and I fucking love the city, and I agree with the city on a lot of things they do. Everything they do in terms of social. I'm from the north as well, so I have the same principles, I have the same morals. But we're sat here allowing these greedy business owners do this to our club. Come on. That's all I said to you. And I could sit here and I could praise FSG for certain things they've done. I've said it over and over again. I feel like I'm having the same conversation over and over again. They've done fantastic getting the football structure in there, building a new complex, training complex and a stand. They've done some great things. But let's have fucking conversations. Let's not just ignore the other stuff that they're doing. If your partner goes and cheats on you, just because you cooked you a good Sunday lunch, it doesn't mean you ignore the cheating. You know what I'm saying? That's not by experience, by the way. I'm just saying. I feel so deflated. I feel so deflated because I feel like people don't listen, and I feel like I've been banging my head against the wall for a long time, and I've been disrespectfully ignored. Not just ignored. I've been disrespected. I've had insults. I've had everything thrown to me. But I've stayed true to what I believe. and I've not come off it. I've not gone over the top of my FSG. I've not said FSG have done nothing good either. I've always praised them for the good things they've done. I love truth. I love honesty, and I'm hoping the truth does come out at some point. A lot more people are starting to see it now, which is it's good, but it could be too late. It could be too late. We could be losing 3 of our best players for free in the summer, and I don't want to talk about FSG every day. I can't stand. I can't stand. It's just a simple topic that's come up today, and all the wages being released. And Mo Chatra did a brilliant thread there, and it just is what it is. I had to address it today because it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. But I promise you guys, I won't be doing FSG content every single day. I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk about them every day. Tomorrow, I've got Premier League predictions coming out, so make sure you watch that. Premier League predictions, Liverpool Ipswich preview coming out as well at some point, maybe Saturday morning. I don't know yet. I've got a football game Saturday, so I don't know if I'm playing yet until, depending on the weather. That's all if and buts that. Yeah. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Like I say every time, please subscribe. Like this video, because liking the video helps us massively. It really does. I'd like to go live much more. I would love to go live, but I'm trying to build the foundation first. Trying to build a little bit of a community first before I start. I'm trying to go live as much as I can. I normally do live previews, but I will, like I said, if you get your notification bells on, it will tell you when we are live. It will tell you when we've got things uploaded onto YouTube. But please, yeah, subscribe and do everything that you can to help us build this channel, because I've got some big things coming for this channel, Talking Reds. So everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Have a great night.